Okay.
We have to talk about Mamdani. And you guys know I'm working on my third book.
Great.
It will be finished 1 January. I think it goes on pre-order in April. Nice. And it's about the midterm elections. And thankfully, in real time, we've seen what's going on and we see the writings on the wall. On his first day of being mayor-elect, everything's free. Mamdani says that he needs more money. So let's play this clip. You can't make it up. I mean, it is as ironic as possible. If you hate this guy, give me some American flags in the chat. Let's go.
Good morning, New York City. Thank you. Last night we made history, and today we begin the work of making a new administration. Welcome to the transition. This is the period over the next few months to rebuild a city hall that delivers on the promises of our campaign, to make New York City affordable and to make government accountable to the people it serves. As we prepare to govern, we'll start announcing the leaders who will help implement our agenda. People like deputy mayors who oversee entire areas of government and the commissioners who carry out the critical work of city agencies. These appointments will be driven by excellence, integrity, and hunger to solve old problems with new solutions. Talking to organizers on the front lines of the fight to improve our city, government veterans with proven track records, policy experts from around the country and the world, and working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency. Because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day and a new era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com. Now let's get to work.
Transition. Wow.
Transition. Welcome to the transition. Transition 2025.
I just want to look at it.
Yeah, let's see here. Hold on. What does it say? 104,000 volunteers, 3.1 million doors locked, 4.5, 2.5, 2.7 million text sent. I send more text messages than that to people. What are we talking about? Okay. All right. Gay. I don't care. Yeah. Anyway, it's amazing how all of a sudden the guy who says everything's going to be free all of a sudden needs money to do this. I thought that like with mayor stuff, don't you get a budget? Don't you get like a budget of like transitional budgeting and things like that? Where did all that go?
Everything's free, but we just have to collect money from rich people to build it first.
All right. First of all, I'm going to flip this on you, Todd.
Okay.
I don't want Charlie's thoughts on Zohran first. I want The View.
Okay.
Let's go to The View. The View had something to say. If you think The View sucks, let's get TVS. The View sucks blowing up in the chat. I just want to hear what they have to say. Let's just play this real quick. What is this?
Because that is the roadmap for how Democrats become the opposition party. You meet energy with energy. When they go low, you go lower. I am sorry, but that is where we are now. We need that opposition. And I think we saw that last night.
Pause. Love it. This is why. It makes everything I've been telling you right. This is the mind of the average liberal. Go as low as possible. These people are less than human. They must be eradicated. Republicans say things like we must defeat them. We must beat them. Democrats say they must be gotten away with. It must be eradicated. They must be gone. Now, why is Zohran Mamdani so dangerous? I've said this. Everybody keeps asking me, why in the world are you spending so much time talking about this guy? This guy is dangerous. And let me tell you why. Charlie said it best as well. Me and him agree on many things, me and Charlie. Just let Charlie, let's play this clip. Again, another very prophetic message from Charlie Kirk back in August, I believe this was. Let's listen to what Charlie has to say. Let's get some flags for Charlie.
The rise of Mamdani should be it's a coming attraction of what is coming next.
Who's Mamdani?
Zohran Mamdani, the Muslim communist that is running for mayor in.
Look, Tucker didn't even know who he was. Did you catch that? Who's Mamdani?
Who's that guy?
See that? Tucker didn't even know who he was back when this was filmed. Okay, play it.
in New York City, who obviously there's a whole rabbit hole we can go down there. He just looks kind of be like central casting, and his ideas are terrible. He wants the city to run the grocery stores, all that. But I think everyone's kind of, not everyone, but most people are missing the point of really what this is. This is yet another distress signal by young people to say, hey, if you're not going to fix our life economically, we're going to get very radical politically. Now let's take a step back. President Trump won the youth vote in many states across the country, in many battleground states. Now, Tucker, 12, 13 years ago when I started Turning Point, if you would have told me that a Republican running for the presidency would be winning the youth vote in Michigan and in Arizona, I'd say no way. It's an incomprehensible accomplishment of what President Trump was able to do. One of the reasons he was able to win younger voters and younger men, especially in big numbers, is that they were trying to get their leaders' attention. They said, hey, this guy, Donald Trump, he is pledging to go fix our economic anxiety. He is loud. He is going to get your attention. Donald Trump was a distress signal by a lot of young people, especially young men, that were stuck in a credit-centric renter economy. And again, this is what is the rise of Mamdani. It's just another iteration of this, only from the left.
There you go. That is a
Very
super
smart
prophetic word from Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Mamdani dangerous? Okay. Especially with youth. We talked about it. I talked about it in the book the other day. 18 to 29-year-old females, Gen Zers, voted 86% for Mamdani. Okay. So it's just like, think about the Matrix, right? You got Neo and then you got Mr. Smith, right? Or Agent Smith or whatever.
Yep. Mr.
Okay.
Anderson.
So Donald Trump was this, like Charlie said, this distress signal that we conservatives saw as a push against our establishment Republican leaders that were not listening to us. Our voices were not being heard. The rise of the other side that are radicalized, they're violent, they're sinful, and we're all sinful, but they are radically sinful and unapologetically so. They are pro murdering of us and our children. They're pro death. They're pro genital mutilation. They're pro murder of children in the womb. That side also is frustrated with their establishment that they're calling it. You hear AOC and all these other people talk establishment Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is the catalyst, and as Charlie put it, the distress signal type of candidate that comes out of something like that? Well, you get a Zohran Mamdani, a pledged himself radical Islamist, Democrat, socialist. That's what you get. So just like President Trump was our bucking the system, if you would, this is the litmus test again of this new wave of the more radicalized liberal bucking the system of the what they call the establishment Democrats. And again, let me remind you, who are the establishment Democrats that these crazy people view them as moderates?
AOC.
They want men and women's sports. They believe men can be women can be men. They believe that we should have open borders of illegals flooding into our country. They believe that women should be able to murder babies whenever they want. On and on and on and on. We can have gay priests, gay weddings, gay this, gay that, blah, 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 blah. It never freaking ends. There should be free everything, free childcare, free housing, free internet, free phones, free clothes, free food. The list goes on and on and on. Those are now considered the moderate Democrats that the angst of the youth, 18 to 29, is now sending to the forefront. And it is concerning. And that's why I'm so concerned about it. Yes.
So can I ask a question? And you may call me a retard for saying this, and that's okay.
I never call you retarded, Todd.
Okay. So he's a Democrat socialist, according to him. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's in full blown panic mode over this.
He's a communist, but he's calling himself a Democrat socialist.
Okay. So is it crazy for me to go, all right, I'm not really worried about this dude, simply because Bernie Sanders has been a Democrat socialist for 50 years at this point. How many times has he run for president in a primary and lost? He's never been a president. And so,
Okay, but that's because of, go ahead, finish.
Hold up,
Sorry.
let me finish. While I say Mamdani is I agree, he is dangerous. America is not voting a president that's a socialist. Now, it may work in New York, it may work in California. I just don't see it working on a national stage, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, is he gonna crap the bed in New York gonna turn into a crap hole? Yeah, for sure. But shouldn't we be just a little bit, just a tiny bit excited knowing that he's gonna destroy New York? This is not gonna work, and hopefully that'll be the end of it.
I don't think so. And the reason why is this. Like, again, how are elections won? We talk about this all the time. How are elections actually won? Presidential elections. How are they won? Come on, Todd. How are they won?
You're asking me.
We talk about this all the time. Yeah.
Well, the narrative. Like, who controls the narrative? Who controls social media? Who gets the message out and all that stuff?
The middle.
Oh, people.
Presidential elections are won by the middle. And the middle does this all the time. It's a teeter-totter. All this kind of stuff. If every single Republican voted, it still wouldn't get a Republican in office. If every single Democrat voted, it still wouldn't get a Democrat in office. They need the middle that sits like this, like a teeter-totter across the thing. How close are we actually to electing a Democrat socialist into the White House? I think we're a lot closer than we're giving it credit for. Bernie Sanders would have won. Bernie Sanders got screwed in the primary against Hillary Clinton, against the establishment Democrats. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows that Bernie Sanders had that freaking thing won, and they screwed him because it was Hillary's time. It was Hillary's this. This is a major warning sign to pay attention to. This is a major warning sign to listen to. Look, I know, dude, look, I'm about to be 40. You're already over the hump. Look, we have to realize that we are closer to 18 to 29-year-olds' grandparents than we are to them. Like, we have to realize this.
Ain't no doubt.
Okay? It's the truth. Okay? Our music is equivalent to them like the 1940s music was equivalent to us. Okay? That's where we are.
Right.
You have to think like the 18 to 29-year-olds
that
that are more radically involved in voting than ever in history. Outside of like the formation of the country, perhaps.
Yeah.
But since we've been polling, 18 to 29-year-olds are voting more now than they ever have. And if you take what these radicalized 18 to 29-year-olds are thinking, what they're doing, specifically the females. Okay, now I've seen a lot of people talk about repealing the 19th Amendment and all this other kind of crap.
Back up and punt, people.
I'm not saying that. However, we do have a messaging issue with women, even on the Republican side. And I know that you, the Dear America family, don't feel that, but you know who I'm talking about. We have, it was the only aspect that President Trump did not win and also perform better in. It was the only demographic. 30 to 45-year-old white, educated, kidless females.
Not catless, kidless.
Kidless.
If
they're kidless, they got cats. That's just all there is to it. But that's it. And you look at the younger generations, 18 to 29-year-old female Gen Zers. It's off the chart liberal. And think about it like this. I talked about this with my editors yesterday. Think about all the people that are throwing the biggest hissy fits about everything right now. It's always women.
Oh, yeah. All them
always,
TikToks screaming.
It's always Karens. It's always like we ladies, listen to me. Just don't tune me out yet. I'm trying to drive a point here. You can no longer just sit idly by while your friends talk all this craziness. You have an obligation to challenge their insane rhetoric and their insane understandings of things. You have an obligation. They'll just tune us out because we're mansplaining to them, right? Like they won't listen to us.
Especially with this accent.
You have an obligation because whether you like it or not, conservatives, Christendom has a messaging issue with women in this country right now. Now, whether that's actually the message is wrong or these women are just not hearing it the right way and they are just radicalized to the point of no return, I don't know yet. It's yet to be seen. But if you agree with that, ladies in the chat, give me a yes or no and pick up your cross and go fight that battle that you can fight.
God, we can't do it. I'm gonna tell you now. Like there is nothing I can say to appeal to those women. Nothing, not a thing.
Okay, here's the thing. But how did Zohran Mamdani win? Okay, I want you to find James Blair first, Todd. I know I'm switching around on you here, but just keep your place. But find James Blair first. Now, James Blair was President Trump's campaign manager. He is now the deputy chief of staff at the White House. He was also my campaign manager, by the way. So I know James very well. Listen to what he has to say about why the elections went the way that they went. But before he says this, remember when everybody was getting upset with us over the Epstein list and everything like that? I believe I said something, and comment an American flag if you remember me saying this. If I'm Donald Trump, the way I win the midterms is you have to focus on the middle. And the way you focus on the middle is you got to fix the economy. You got to lower prices. You got to do this. You got to do that. You can't worry about putting people in jail yet because the people in the middle don't care about that. Did I not say that? Do you guys remember me saying that? Put an American flag in the chat if you remember me saying that. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I'm delusional, but I'm pretty sure that I said those exact words. Well, now listen to what they're saying the day after we just got our butt kicked. Let's play it.
75% of Mickey Sherrill's ads were positive, overwhelmingly talking about cost of living and heavily talking about lowering power costs. Jack didn't really talk about that. He talked about taxes and he won the tax vote, but he didn't address those key issues of affordability very effectively. He was mostly talking generically about Change New Jersey. And I'm not denigrating Jack, but it was not in line necessarily with what voters were saying. Two, in Virginia, over half of Winsome Sears ads talked about transgender. And it's not even the top 5 issues, according to voters. Why did Zohran Mamdani do so well last night? He relentlessly focused on affordability. People can talk about communists, they can say all these things, but the fact is he was talking about the cost of living.
Folks that I'm talking to privately who are supporters of President Trump think that he needs to be talking about cost of living a whole lot more.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh.
I'm just a dumb redneck that has no college degree. What do I know about any of this stuff? But yes, because you have to think about midterms. You can't do what the far right wants done immediately right off the bat when you also have to remember about the midterms at the same time. We said this.
One and a half rednecks on this show has been saying that for 4 or 5 months now at this point. Crazy.
You'll see the president talk a lot about cost of living as we turn the year and into the new year. The president is very keyed into what's going on, and he recognizes, like anybody, that it takes time to do an economic turnaround, but all the fundamentals are there. And I think you'll see him be very, very focused on prices and cost of living.
Okay, so there you go. So that was James Blair. Now let's go back. And yesterday, President Trump made several speeches about what we have, how we've got to win this thing moving forward. Okay, this is how we've got to move about, and this is how we win moving forward. So we're going to roll through some of this stuff because we got a lot of ground to cover here in 20 minutes. What is this about?
Filibuster.
I don't give a crap about the filibuster. Move on. I want the economy conversations. Let's go.
All right. No.
It should be the next clip where he's.
Well, the next one's J.D. Vance.
Oh, okay, that works. Okay, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance says, I think it's idiotic to overreact to a couple of elections in blue states, but a few thoughts. Okay, I love J.D. This is politics. You diminish what it means, but then you also go, okay, but here's my points on how we fix it. You see what I mean? Like, because there is a problem. One, Scott Pressler, TPUSA, and a bunch of others have been working hard to register voters. I said it in 22, and I've said it repeatedly since. Our coalition is, quote, lower propensity, and that means we have to do better at turning out voters than we have in the past. correct. We have to figure out a way to get low propensity voters to show up when Trump's not on the ticket. 2, we need to focus on the home front. The president's done a lot of that, and it's already paid off in lower interest rates, lower inflation, but we inherited a disaster from Joe Biden, and Rome wasn't built in a day. We're going to keep on working to make a decent life affordable in this country, and that's the metric by which we'll ultimately be judged in 2026 and beyond. Ding, 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 ding. Didn't I say that to win the midterms, we got to focus on the things that people in the middle care about, which is the economy, their 401ks, the stock market, housing cost, affordability, gas. But what do I know? Number 3, the infighting is stupid. Yes. I care about my fellow citizens, particularly young Americans, being able to afford a decent life. I care about immigration and our sovereignty, and I care about establishing peace overseas so our resources can be focused at home. If you care about those things too, let's work together. Bravo.
Please.
Exactly correct. It's almost like the comms team of the vice president's office is watching the show. And I know this because the White House texted me yesterday. All right. So I know that they're listening. Now, let's go to the president. Let's hear what the president has to say. I need the videos.
Oh, okay.
Care less about Eric. All right, here we go. This is him talking about what the Dems are offering. Here we go.
Are offering an economic nightmare. We're delivering an economic miracle. We have delivered in 9 months. This is the biggest investment of funds in a country in history by many times. That's good. They want higher spending for government and illegal aliens. We want bigger paychecks for American workers and American families, and that's what we're delivering. You see that. They stand for crime and chaos and corruption. We stand for law and order and justice. Also, strong borders. Boy, do we have strong borders. They put America last. We put America first. We put America first. And as long as I'm in the White House, the United States is not going communist in any way, shape, or form. We'll stop it. We're going to stop it. Stop this nonsense. Our opponents are offering.
All right. Megyn Kelly has something to say about this stuff, about Republicans, and so does Steve Bannon. All right. We're going to play both of them because they're both right in their own regards here. Here's Megyn Kelly telling the truth. And you got to give Megyn credit where credit's due. She's telling the truth. Let's play it.
The Republican Party needs to get its shit together.
100%.
ASAP. I'm really glad we spent the past couple of weeks, as Sean Davis of The Federalist put it, policing some young person's group chat, what a podcast host said, and what the head of a think tank over at Heritage had to say. I'm really glad that the Republicans devoted so much time to that. That was a great move. Terrific move.
Amazing.
Way to stick together, to really shine a light on what matters. The Republicans like to lose. They enjoy losing. They enjoy when they are embattled and in a losing position and complaining. They love it. They do it really well. Less good at winning, especially when Donald Trump is not there to get them over the line. The Republican Party is not strong. Donald Trump is strong. Republicans don't know how to win. They don't know who to run. They don't know what to do when daddy's not there to fly them across the finish line. And that's just been so obvious. Meanwhile, Trump is all over the Middle East while people's groceries bills are still high. They're still dealing with inflation. They're suffering. Like, that's it. Okay. We're focus on domestic policy and on making people's lives better. That's really all I have to say.
It's not that hard.
Well, and it's like what we said yesterday. We said we've got crap candidates. And I said it yesterday. Remember this? I said, actually, we will lose the elections in June in the primaries if we don't have solid candidates in the spots. If we have weak candidates that can't stand on their own, we're already done in June.
Yep.
Megyn, you can get it off of her here. Megyn is very right when she says these things. Like you can think what you want to about Megyn Kelly. She understands politics. Okay.
She gets it.
She gets politics. If we can't win without, as she put it, daddy, President Trump being on the ballot or dragging us across the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, again, not only is Donald Trump not going to be on any ballot moving forward, he's also not going to live forever.
Yeah.
We have to figure out a way to make it the America First Party, not just the Trump Party.
Yep.
Because that's what it is. There is no Republican Party. There's just not. Okay, it might be doing business as the Republican Party, but it's the Trump Party. And if you're anti-Trump, you ain't winning a Republican seat. Okay, but we've got to figure out a way to make it the America First Party. It can still be the doing business as the Republican Party, but it's got to be America First. It's got to be the MAGA Party. It's got to. Well, we're in serious trouble. Steve Bannon says it very well here. Just play it. This is good by Steve.
We're in a revolution, and we have to win. If we don't win, the country's gone. The stakes could not be higher. It's very simple. This is a binary function. This is black and white. We win and they lose. This is just like going against the evil empire in the Soviet Union. But now it is here in the United States of America. This is not a foreign threat. This is an internal threat. This is a clear and present danger of an enemy. All enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, we got a couple, 3 foreign, but man, we got more than a couple, 3 domestic enemies. Full stop. And on stage last night in New York City, that was an enemy.
Yes.
That was an enemy.
Yeah, man.
And it's a very dangerous enemy. A very dangerous enemy. I'm telling you, if you think, oh, it's just the mayor of New York City, you're not. I don't know what other signs you need. Charlie saw it. We saw it. We started talking about Zohran Mamdani long ago because it's so insane that this person actually won that it makes you sit here and you go, holy crap, we are really fighting against all this stuff. Jay Jones is even more terrifying. If you don't believe the hype about Mamdani, then look at Jay Jones. And if you still haven't figured that out, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, let's find Trump talking about our opponents last night. Not the filibuster. So it'll be after James, not the filibuster, the next one.
This one?
There we go. Yeah. All right, let's play it.
What congressional Democrats wish to do to America. Just look at the result of yesterday's election in New York, where their party installed a communist as the mayor of the largest city in the nation. Remember, I've said we will never have a socialist elected to any post in our country. I used to say that, and I was right. We skipped socialist and we put in a communist instead.
Boom. Pause. That's the part. That's all that needs to be said.
That's it.
This guy says he's a Democrat socialist, but he's not. He's a communist. We got a lot of work on our hands. Trump goes on to say, we have a choice in 2026 and 2028 moving forward. It's communism or capitalism. That's it. What do you want?
Period.
What do you want? That's where we are.
I tell you what the kids want.
If you stand with capitalism, get those American flags going, but we got a lot of work to do.